Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to my episode of Radical Beauty. My name is Misha Tyutyunik. I'm a painter, muralist, um, illustrator, designer, rapper, just all about creative person. I go by MDOT as well and Omega Red. And just diving right in. It took me a little while to do this. This isn't something that I'm used to doing. It was, I guess, not the easiest thing for me to talk about my self-care routine and, how I stay pretty, so to speak, right? So there's an ego death I had to go through, and but here we are. So I just want to talk to you guys about like my beauty regimen, my beauty routine, right? And it's pretty simple. I try to stay clean, just get a short buzz cut. I do it myself, right? Then I trim up the beard, trim up the eyebrows, nose hairs, mustache, so don't go over my mouth. You know, ear hairs, that kind of thing, right? Beard, neck, beard, make sure that everything's clean and crispy, right? And just do my best with that, and then take a shower. I come out, put some coconut oil on, just to moisturize. Some organic coconut oil, moisturizing if there's any like nicks or cuts from shaving or from the clippers, right? Like the the coconut oil will disinfect that, so I'll be good to go. Um, and then I put on some deodorant, hopefully something without any aluminum in it, so it doesn't poison my body. Because everything out here is poison in our bodies, right? From the food to the air to you name it. So we gotta do our best to stay healthy, and I think that's part of also like what my beauty routine, my regimen, like what that means, right? So beauty is within and without, right? So it's internal, external, and part of the internal, right? On a physical level is just to keep healthy, right? To eat good, to eat clean, to eat organic, eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of good proteins, whatever your regimen is, but make sure that, you feel good after you eat. You feel like you're fueling up, right? The other thing I do is, I tap into some calisthenics, right? So I'll just make sure that, my body stays strong and limber. I can move, right? And that's part of the, staying, just just staying healthy, right? Because that's the true beauty, right? Is being healthy, inside and outside. You're gonna look better when you're healthy on the inside, and it helps your mental health too, right? Because it's like everything is co-opted these days, right? Beauty, the concept of beauty, the powers that be, capitalism has co-opted what beauty means and sold it back to us. So it's our time to take it back, and make it ours again, because everything comes from us, right? So, do what you have to do to, to stay healthy and to stay pretty, and whatever that means to you. And that doesn't have to mean what they're telling you it means, right? It's just something that makes you feel good. It's important these days, right? So like I'll do that. I'll make sure I exercise, I eat well, and then I also hit the Banya, right? That's part of my culture. Growing up in Ukraine, Eastern Europe, right? We go and we hit the sauna. We jump in the snow, or we jump in a cold pool, right? And that temperature change is like real good. Sweat out the toxins, right? And you feel like $1 million, or whatever the equivalent of that. That doesn't have to do with money, right? So yeah, that's what it is. You gotta stay healthy, even though they're trying to kill us, right? And that's what radical